The panel of 3 executives flipped through her resume, whispering among themselves. Nia sat straight, composed, answering every question with clarity and confidence. Her knowledge was sharp. Her experience was real. Her determination filled the room. By the time they dismissed her, one of the interviewers actually smiled. "Expect a call soon, Ms. Long." And an hour later, while she was riding the bus home, "Congratulations. Welcome to Hale Investment Group. Position, investment banker." Nia screamed into her hands. One text message had changed her entire life. Weeks passed. Nia thrived. Her desk was upgraded. Her salary was more than she ever dreamed. She was handling portfolios for affluent clients, strategizing investments, proving herself every single day. And Jason, he kept his distance. But he noticed everything. How she worked late. How she always put Natalie first. How she never complained, never coasted, only grew. And something in him grew too. He didn't understand it yet, but he felt it. One afternoon, Nia received a call from a private number. "Hello, it's Jason," the voice said smoothly. "Are you free for coffee today?" Her heart skipped. Yes, sure." She hung up, trying to ease her suddenly shaky hands. A black dress, simple, elegant, hugged her waist perfectly. Her hair pulled into a sleek ponytail, her makeup soft and warm. When she walked into the cafe, she felt more confident than she had in years. Jason stood up from his table and froze. His jaw literally dropped a fraction of an inch. Nia Long, in that dress with that glow, that quiet confidence, she looked absolutely stunning. For the first time, the controlled, perfectly composed billionaire was visibly thrown off. "Nia," he said slowly, voice deeper than she'd ever heard it. "You look—" He cleared his throat. "You look amazing. Wow." Heat rushed up her neck. "Thank you. You clean up pretty well yourself." He chuckled low, soft, warm. A laugh she'd never heard from him before. She sat down, and their knees brushed under the table. Static. Immediate. Palpable. She pretended not to notice, but they both felt it, that spark, that unspoken pull. The chemistry was undeniable, as if they'd known each other in another life. "So," she began, trying to steady herself, "why did you want to meet?" Jason leaned forward slightly, eyes locked on hers. "Because I wanted to see how you're doing," he said softly. "And because I have a favor to ask." She straightened. "I've heard how hardworking you are," he continued. "Your clients are extremely happy. You're knowledgeable, smart, and you've exceeded expectations. I'm lucky to have you on my team. It's the least I can do to thank you for your help," Nia replied. "I'll do my best to grow the business." Jason nodded, then lowered his voice. "Speaking of the business, can you quietly look into a few dubious investments? A whistleblower claimed one of the managers is creating fake accounts and siphoning company funds. I need more evidence before I launch an investigation." Nia's eyes sharpened. "Leave it to me," she said. She had already noticed something suspicious, but because she was new, she hadn't raised it yet. Within a week, Nia worked in silence, digging through files, cross-checking numbers, finding exactly what Jason feared. An audit was launched. The greedy manager was exposed, fired, and arrested. No one suspected Nia. She was too new, too quiet, too sharp. Jason's admiration for her only deepened. One night, Jason returned to the office late and found Nia still working at 10 p.m. He blinked. "Why are you still here?" "I had to catch up," she said simply. Something in him softened. "Tomorrow's Saturday," he said. "Let me treat you and Natalie to a day at the amusement park. I think by now we can consider ourselves friends, right?" Nia smiled. And the truth was, Jason had been more than a friend since the very first wrong text message. The next morning, when Jason arrived to pick them up, he froze. Running down the driveway was a little girl with light hair, pale skin, bright eyes. She leaped down the last step and ran straight into his arms. "Daddy! Daddy!" she squealed excitedly. Jason's heart nearly stopped. He hadn't expected Nia to have a white child, Is this your daughter? Jason asked, stunned. Yes, that's my daughter, and no, she's not adopted, Nia said softly. I get that a lot. Her dad is white. Like you. Jason swallowed hard. Natalie pulled back and beamed at him again. Daddy! And this time, Jason felt something crack open in his chest. Because 6 years ago, back in university, he'd had one intimate encounter with a girl of color he never saw again. A night blurred by music, cheap lights, and a friend slipping something into his drink that made him so drunk and lacked control. But he remembered her. Brown skin, sweet eyes, a softness he'd never forgotten. If he had a child, this would be the right age. His stomach twisted. His pulse spiked. Could it be? What am I thinking? Jason asked himself. Nia gently told Natalie not to call Jason daddy, but Jason knelt down to eye level. It's okay, he said quietly. It feels good. That day at the amusement park, Jason felt something he'd never felt before. A sense of belonging, love, family. For the first time in his life, he wasn't the lonely billionaire with cold parents and empty holidays. He was part of something. By evening, he caught a cold, and Nia insisted they stay overnight at his penthouse so she could care for him. Later that night, exhausted, Nia accidentally fell asleep beside him. Jason woke to the sight of her sleeping softly next to him, hair messy, breathing steady. His heart melted. So this is how husbands feel as they wake up next to their wives. He wondered, if this is the feeling, then I want to get married tomorrow. In the morning, Nia woke in a panic. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to fall asleep here. Jason cut her off gently. I wish you'd do that more often. Nia blushed, fleeing to the kitchen to make breakfast. But when she returned, Jason stopped her with a serious look. I need to ask you something, he said. It's personal. The air shifted. Are you still with Natalie's father? Nia shook her head immediately. No, we weren't a couple. It was a mistake, but it blessed me with Natalie. 6 years ago, I went to a concert and took a fancy to one of the band members. I didn't even get his number. He was too drunk and I was too young. The rest, she swallowed, is what you see now. Jason felt his soul leave his body, come back and leave again. He sat down, stunned. Nia, he said slowly, I think I was that band member. Her eyes widened. Jason explained everything. How his friend spiked his drink. How he quit the band the next day. How he stopped drinking forever. How he kept the girls' watch as the only memory of that night. How he'd been searching for her for years. That was my first time, he added, voice shaking. And something about that night stayed with me. Nia, I think I found you. Jason pulled her into a breathless, trembling hug. I'm a father, he whispered. I finally found you. Nia was overwhelmed, but grounded. Jason, let's not jump ahead. We need DNA testing. They did the test, and the results came back positive. Jason was Natalie's father. The wrong text message had gone to the right person. The man meant to step up. The man meant to be in their lives. The man God had been guiding her toward. Nia and Natalie moved in with Jason soon after. Her hard work, her patience, her resilience, all of it had led her right here. After a few months, they got married. Nia learned that what is meant for you will always find you. If you are patient, the right man will come along. What would you do if you find you are pregnant and do not know where the father lives?